cool little device for you here. This is the Joyetech Penguin. It's an all-in-one type device. Comes with a 0.25 ohm coil or a 0.6 ohm coil and is rated for up to 50 watts. Now there's no adjustments on this. It's just you push the button, you get what you get. But this thing vapes great. It comes with these little pods right here. These pods hold up to 8.8 milliliters of juice. You can put your the name of your e-liquid, the nicotine, the PG-VG ratio, all that right there on the pod. It has a little window. I don't know if you can see that, but it has a window to show you your level. It goes from 1 milliliter up to 8.8 milliliters. And when we get to the up close version, I'll show you more on the pod. This is pretty cool because the way the airflow comes in is through this little hole right here. It's got a little air inlet right here, and this is the mouthpiece here. And you can play with it if you want. But it really puts out great. Now, this is more geared towards the beginner vapor, although advanced vapors like myself and some others would not have an issue using this at all. I've been using this for about 4 or 5 days now, and I'm completely satisfied when I'm using it. It gives me all the vapor I need. With that 0.25 ohm coil, it's a really nice vape. It really surprised me. Now let's head down to the up close version of this video, and we'll break it down, show you what's in the package, show you what it comes with, and all that. All right, welcome to the up close portion of the video. I'll show you what's in the box, what it comes with, and all that, how I got it. Okay, it has a little pull string right here. You just pull that open, just like that. And your device will come just like this. Now, when you first receive the device, the pod right here has a little thumb part. You can just kind of push that up and pop the pod out just like that. When you first receive the device, it'll have a little plug in place of this coil. I already put a coil in here for the purposes of this review, but it will have a plug that you have to remove with either your fingernail or a thumbnail, something like that, in order to get that plug out of there. Now, before we get back to the device itself, let's show you what's the contents of the box here. All right. You got a pod sealer. So you can put this on the bottom of the pod if you have more than one pod and say you want to change juices throughout the day. You can put this little sealer device on the bottom of the pod so you won't leak everywhere. And it also has a mouthpiece for the top of the device for the mouthpiece, in case you want to, get one of your weird friends, want to try it or something. You can take that with you and put the little the mouthpiece condom on there. It also comes with 2 coils. This is the 0.6 ohm. As you can see, it has a little bit smaller of a airflow hole there. That's for your mouth to lung right there. It also comes with a 0.25. You can see it's got a little bit more generous airflow hole. And it's pretty cool because the way this coil wicks, it wicks through the top right here. And when we go over the pod, you'll be able to see a little better how it gets the juice into the coil. Now, as always, when you first do use a brand new coil, you're going to want to drop a couple of drops of juice down in the center there. Just get that cotton nice and saturated so you won't have any problems when you first fire it up. All right, and you also got your charging cable for the 2000 milliamp hour battery. Just your standard mini micro USB charging cable. You got some manuals here, got a warranty card, and also the direction booklet. The direction booklet's really nice. It goes into pretty good detail, and it also will give you your battery level for the lights on the front that tell you your battery level. I forgot to mention that in the other portion. Right now you can see that I have 3 lights left, so that would be 30 to 69% battery left right there, and then it'll light up every time you push that button. It's going to light up. All right, let's get into the device itself. You have your little charging port right here. That's where you're going to plug in the charger. You got your fire button, which is a pretty clicky button. It's pretty nice. The device itself doesn't make any noise. The button doesn't really make any noise. It's pretty nice. The only thing that I found that I kind of don't like about this button is it seems like it's almost a little bit flush, and sometimes it can be a little bit hard to find where the button is if you're not looking at it. All right, let's get to the pod here. The pod, the coil sits into the pod just like so, and I'll take the coil out here. And you have this gasket that runs all the way around the pod. Now you can take that gasket out if you need to do some cleaning or anything of that nature. And you can see right through the mouthpiece hole right there. So air comes in through the little air hole, up through here, this way, and then down through the mouthpiece. And as you can see, that's where it gets juice from. Now I don't have enough light. Right there is where the juice goes into the coil right here. And this coil just pops in just like this. This is a nice pod system because you can buy the replaceable coils and you don't have to worry about spending so much money on extra pods all the time. You can reuse this pod as long as it'll hold up. That silicone in there is pretty tough material, and I would say that this pod would probably last you a good while. You could get a couple of these pods, put different flavors into it, and you'd be good to go for a couple months, as long as you had replacement coils. Now, let's put this back together. And the pod goes into there, and it has a nice little firm click to it. I don't know if you can hear that, but it snaps in there really nice, and it's not going to come out or anything like that on you. And there's the air intake right there. Now when you are vaping this, you don't want to put your finger over this air intake. You don't want to be vaping it like this or something like that, because you're not going to get no airflow. So, and that's about it. This is a Joyetech Penguin, and I will give you my final thoughts on the rest of this is the Joyetech Penguin, and I'll give you my final thoughts on the device. All right, folks, like I said, this is a great little device for a beginner vapor or an advanced vapor that just wants something to go around town with and ain't worried about it getting destroyed or something like that, because this is a pretty inexpensive item. Now, it vapes really good. I'll go ahead and show that again. A couple of things I didn't mention in other parts of the video is it does have short circuit protection. It has a 10-second runtime protection. So if you push and hold down the button after 10 seconds, it's going to shut off in case it fires in your pocket, something like that. The device also has low battery cutoff. At 3.3 volts, the device will shut down and you won't be able to vape again until you charge it. And it'll blink about 40 times to let you know that you have reached that battery threshold of 3.3 volts. And as far as the vape through the battery life, I've noticed that it's pretty consistent from a full charge all the way down to an empty. I vaped this thing till the battery was dead about 4 times, and I really didn't notice any change in the vapor production or the warmth. It is a little bit of a warm vape with that 0.25 ohm coil. There's a little bit of warmth there. It's pretty nice. That's all for me. I hope you enjoyed this review. Thank you for watching.